Let's go back to what got you into dancing in the first place.
Okay.
How old were you when somebody said, Anne should be a little dancer? I mean, what was your little story? Your little
My little
girl
kid story.
Your
My
kid
little
story.
girl's story was, I was living in Germany. I have an older sister. She's, I think, 7 years older than I am, and she was really into gymnastics, and I thought that was very cool. And so I became interested in it as well. She would stretch at home, so I would be like, oh, I'm going to stretch with you. So I would stretch. And I think she recognized that I was pretty flexible. I mean, maybe not so much in the dance world, but in the normal people world. Flexible. Yeah. So she, you know, kind of encouraged that a little bit. Mm-hmm. And my mom put me into gymnastics as well. And then I'm sure I do have memories of doing a pre-ballet in Germany, but only a very vague memory of it. So I would not say that played heavily into my wanting to become a dancer. When we came back to the United States, we moved to the DC area, and my mom really took advantage of the fact that we were suddenly living in a place where I could do lots of things, where all the kids could do lots of things. So she had me signed up for all kinds of different classes, pretty much as soon as we came back. And so I started my first kind of formal dance class was a ballet tap combo. So we would do 30 minutes of ballet and 30 minutes of tap on Monday nights, I remember that. And I wasn't really that taken by it. It was not grabbing me. But my mom said, you know, if you like the gymnastics and if you want to go somewhere with the gymnastics, you got to stick with the ballet because it's fundamental. You need those skills. She knew. Yeah. She knew. Well, she was a classically trained pianist, so, you know, she had a lot of value for, you know, the classical arts. So she encouraged me to stick with it and moved me to a more prominent dance studio, which was still very much not a professional training situation, you know, a little bit more your neighborhood kind of dance studio that offers a wide array of classes. And so while I was there, I was taking my ballet, and I just was looking at those kids taking jazz, and I thought, that looks like so much fun. I want to do jazz. And my mom said, you know, just give it like 6 more weeks, okay, with the ballet. And then if you're still not interested in it, you can quit. And sort of miraculously, a woman who had danced with New York City Ballet happened to move to the area, and her husband fell ill, and she needed to find work very quickly. And so though her skill set was, she could have worked in a much more prominent dance school, she was in this situation to need to work. So we ended up with a teacher that was very overqualified for the environment, and she recognized in me talent, and she talked to my parents about it. And you know, you could ask them what their version is. But basically, I think she called them and said, you know, your daughter has talent for this. If you want to commit to what that's going to mean for you as a family, I want you to know that, you know, there's this potential. So she encouraged me to take another class per week. She sort of created another class of kids with, you know, sort of more aptitude. And she really showed me what the discipline of ballet was, the etiquette of it, the form. And I was very attracted to that. Suddenly it felt very honorable. Mm-hmm. You know, I liked being asked. I liked more being asked of me. I wanted to be asked to rise to the next level. And that really grabbed me. And once I understood, oh, it's not just that we like stick our arm out, stick our leg out. It's about how we do it. And it's not just about how we do it. It's how we act in the dance studio. It's how we present ourselves. It's a whole package. And that I really was drawn to. And so she encouraged my parents to take me to a more serious ballet school. And so then from there, we just sort of stair-stepped. So I went from taking 2 times a week at a local dance studio to taking 6 times a week, getting thrown on point. I had a lot of catch up to do because I didn't have the early ballet fundamentals that kids in a program like the School of Oregon Ballet Theatre have. So I had to catch up. But I think I thrived on that too. You know, I really liked the challenge of I'm the worst in the class. I'm going to work my way up to being the best in the class, you know. So it was a really satisfying way to sort of set and achieve goals, I think.